Hello and welcome. We're looking for $2 million homes around the country, and this time it's New Jersey, the Garden State. New Jersey is very interesting in the fact you have so many different types of homes. You have your brownstones in a dense populated area in Jersey City, right across the Hudson from New York City. And then you have your beachfront homes and Atlantic City and Ocean City and along that area. And then you have, your suburbs outside of New York, but there's also New Jersey is connected to Philadelphia, and I forget that sometimes. Is that this also has suburbs of Philadelphia over there, and the further you go west in New Jersey, then it becomes more agricultural. You'll see farms, you'll see horse barns and everything. So it was a diverse and cool state. So here we go. Um, so first of all, like I said, is one of those brownstones over, and it's actually Hoboken, and just across the Hudson from NYC. So you have a easy opportunity for trains over into the city, but yet you're not quite as populated, and there's even a Target not too far away. There you go. But this one has been remodeled, and that's the thing, is that some of these can kind of be old, and they never update them, and I like what they did with this one. Now, my brother used to live in one, and the thing is, you have all these different floors, so each floor is kind of narrow, so you just have to be used for that you gotta like climbing the stairs. But I like the way they did this. They kind of kept it open and light and airy, and this looks like it's just kind of staged, and they may have just redone it. But overall, really good. I like everything they kind of did with it. They didn't do much with the roof, and the in a way, this little area back here is sad because it's like you're being confined, but it is what it is. Big city living. Moving on. So this one, I don't know why it hasn't been bought. It's under contract, so maybe it will be bought soon. So this is actually, like I said, a suburb of Philly. So you have all the big houses around there, and I guess it's a huge house. It's got 10,000 square feet. But the knock on it is they just kind of kept adding. So the one cool thing, which all of these homes should have, is a 2-lane bowling alley, which I just love, 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 love. I think that's outstanding. I'm surprised I haven't seen it more often. But it just looks like they kept kind of adding on, and hey, wouldn't it be nice if? And they kept kind of doing that. So that could be the knock of it, because it doesn't have a consistent feel to it. From room to room to room, it just seems like whenever they built something new, they kind of added a new style as well. And you have your formal upstairs, your little poker room, and this would be the best house for entertaining, because you got your poker room, your pool room, you have darts. It has an indoor gym, which is very cool. Weird ceiling paintings, but it's just not cool. I don't know. It's got an indoor little golf range. It's got a sunroom, and the downstairs entertainment area with the bowling alley is just awesome. I wish I could see that in more places, but it just wasn't unified enough. But anyway, moving on. I'm glad somebody bought it though. This one is in just south of New York, and it's like 45-50 minutes into New York City and an hour from Philly. So it's actually a great location, but you can be out away from it all. So in this place, if I were to show you, I kind of wish I would have done this, is show you a picture and then you guess what state it is. You would not guess New Jersey. And it really has excellent, I love the landscaping they did with it, and the pool is just outstanding. There's a lot of these curvy pools. They're really big in New Jersey for some reason. Very well done. It's got some solar panels. It's got it looks kind of like an old home office, and then it's got a barn, so just plenty of space. It's an older from 1836, and they updated it so you still feel the old parts of it, but yet they updated. They did a very good job. This is kind of to me, in this room, if all the light is one, would be just great in the winter. So they a little beam heavy, but there you go. I'm okay with industrial basements. So there you go. That was very cool. This one is located as you start heading west. It just become more feels more like the Midwest a little bit. This is on a lake, not a big lake, but it's just was fun the way they did it. And there's all this wonderful bank of windows. It's kind of like a wraparound windows that has great views. And so let me see. There you go. So just very 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 well done. Not too fancy. They did add your grand staircase to it. And this room is a little funky. I mean, I like the bigness and openness in the windows and seeing the lake. It's a little funky, but it is the open concept sort of. So you could definitely have big party and entertainment here. It's I don't know. I'm not crazy about the kitchen, but it's not bad either. It's something I think overall I'll have to see in person to get a better feel for it. And of course, you can bathe by the window so your neighbors can see you, which is of course I guess what rich people like to do. But I do like these balconies and over the water. The tricky part is this guy is on, so I'm not sure exactly. I guess you got to take all these steps to get down to your dock, which would be kind of a pain. And you'd almost want to do like a slide or something. I don't know. So that's kind of a drawback from it, and it's just kind of a plain dock. So not much to that. We'll see a much cooler dock later. This one I thought was really interesting because it was just across the Hudson, and so there's probably subways somewhere not too far away to get over into the city. So I think that was cool, but it just looks like they took a tri-level and modernized it. So I don't know if they did this ground up or just totally did it, but I like the pool with it. Everything in here is like, if you like open concept, this is the place for you. You got all the windows just shining bright, beautiful. It's got lights on, but I don't even think you would need them. So it's the only thing is it could get really loud. So in this day and age, I like that. The kitchen, everything is very clean and neat and purposeful, and it's kind of, to me, modern done right. And I even like the modern pool table. I saw another one like that, so it must be kind of a little sauna room going on. And it's got dartboards, so that goes on the list, of course. So it's a great location, and that was very cool. This one is kind of like, I don't know what to call it. I just want to say it's a modern brownstone. So this is also right across the Hudson, and this one got a little bit higher points because it was updated, but they put more natural elements into it. So instead of going with the grays of the other one, they have the brown tones to it. But I think the kind of the nice part is it's got the rooftops to it, because it's got like a hot tub on it and then a view of the skyline. So I think just overall the roof on this one is a little bit nicer. So there you go. This one just kind of cracked me up. So this is along the beach here, and this is more if caters to those with a fancy boat or yacht. So the weird thing about these, I guess there's a bunch of these complexes here that it's just, so you can dock your boat basically. So not my favorite, but I just kind of wanted to show it, not only for what it is, but it's somebody really was committed to this. In the fact that the outdoor is blue, the roof is blue, the inside is blue, the rooms are either light blue or blue. They just went all in. The countertops are blue. It's like, oh wow. So you better like blue and white, or just, oh my god, that's not blue, get rid of that room. So it just It's kind of over the top. It does have nice balconies, and it has plenty of bedrooms, and you could entertain. Um, but kind of the real cool part here, I'm going to jump out of this because there's just too many of these average rooms. The back part of it. So I think the pool is a show pool. You got a nice hot tub and with the glass around, so it's kind of in a way to be seen, really, in a way. But it has this huge dock. So there's an aerial of the pool. So it's got this huge dock, big enough so that you could dock a $2 million yacht. This one is not a $2 million yacht, but it is on a lift, which is good to have. So it's a smaller. It's still a sleeper, but it's dual prop. It's, I'm sure, not cheap, but even it matches. So bonus, if you could somehow work the boat into it, that would be outstanding. But all the different terraces and everything, it would be fun for entertaining. Moving on. So this one, it's kind of funny because I gotta see when it was built, because it looks like 1955. Okay, to me it kind of looks like the Brady home in a way, but they updated it. And again, we got it's 1955, by the way. And so I don't know if it was this way, but it with the vaulting, it's very open on the main floor, and they just have a lot of rooms, because this is basically your a compact little gym area, downstairs entertainment area. Most of this is kind of average, but I just love this dock. This is one of my favorite docks because it's got a boat lift on it, so you could just store your boat here year round, lift it out of the water when it gets cold. Very cool. And then it's got this dock above it that you can hang out on, so it's just very well done. I love all the windows in the back. So here this is the chef's kiss. So this one is located over by the ocean, of course, because it's beach home. And these people had a vision, and they just went for it. And boy, did they go for it. And they nailed whatever it looks like they were going for. The hard part is whoever wants this better, like, there's a blue and white thing going on, and that's fine. But then all this is, if the walls could talk, there'd probably be some interesting stories here. So there's just so much to take in. And I don't know if those are the natural lights or there's just added blue lights, but it's just fabulous. Just fabulous. That was more of a curiosity I had to kind of throw in. So my number one favorite house, I think, is this one. So I did like the one with the bowling alley, but this one was pretty cool. So this one's located, I think I'm always kind of a sucker for beach homes. Down here, so just around the corner from Atlantic City. So if you're into gambling, there's all that. There's an airport nearby if you just need to get away. There's Hannah. So there's all that stuff. But then it's just, you have all this beach here. So you'd be right there, and you have this beach over here, and you have all this beach, and it just goes on and on and on and on. And you got this kind of wooded area between the homes, so you're not just up against somebody's house. So you could just walk this whole beach area, and it was just kind of a location thing. It did have a separate pool, but I also like, you have the wooded area right there, which I guess could help potentially with a little flooding. I don't know how good that would actually do, but I think it would be really nice. You have your 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, and I mean, not spectacular views, but it's still nice. You still have the ocean breezes and everything. So, a little bit too much trees, I guess you could say, but but you're not seeing like neighbors, and you're not, some of these beach homes are just so on top of each other. I think this one stood out in the fact that you were separated and you didn't have anybody right behind you. You had a little space between the people to the left and right of you. So it did a really good job with that. It had a separate office. It's kind of not just kind of plain Jane interiors. It was just kind of the location thing about it. So hope you enjoyed. I think New Jersey was a really interesting state. I liked looking at the homes, and I hope you do too. If there's something you disagree with, let me know in the comments, and take care and have a great day or night wherever you are.